Hi, welcome to English 4 and this is our second week of fourth quarter. I am teacher Sherilyn T. Elizaga and I will discuss to you the topic about how to write a reaction about the story that you read. For our objective, you need to learn how to write a reaction about the story read. For let's understand, here we are going to discuss about how to write a reaction or response in an essay. So reaction or response papers are usually requested by teachers so that the learner will consider carefully what he or she thinks or feels about something he or she has read. So the following guidelines are intended to be used for reacting to a reading. So while reading, think about the following questions. So first question, how do you feel about what you are reading? And number two question, what do you agree or disagree with? And number three, can you identify with the situation? And for the last question, what would be the best way to evaluate the story? This is about pre-writing for your reaction paper. So the following statements could be used in any reaction response paper. Complete as many statements as possible from the list below about what you just read. So here are some of those. The first one, my reaction to what I just read is that, and then I think that, I see that, I feel that, it seems that. Or you can use in my opinion, because. A good quote is in addition, for example, moreover, however, consequently, finally, and the last one is in conclusion. Now for the organizing your reaction, it says that a reaction or response paper has an introduction, has a body, and of course, a conclusion. So for the introduction, it should contain all the basic information in one or two paragraphs. It may include a concise or at least one sentence about the title and the author. This is the focused statement of your reaction. And for the body, it should include paragraphs that contain one idea. And for your topic sentences, should support your statement or proposition, and the final sentence of each paragraph should lead into the next paragraph. So that is what you need to know in organizing your reaction. Now here you can use this as your guide in making your own reaction paper. So for this one, you can use this one as your guideline. So topic sentence first. And then you have the detail, example quotation detail, and example quotation. And then of course, the last one is you have your summary sentence. So you can also refer to this one as your guide in making your outline. Now for the conclusion, it says that conclusion can be a restatement of what you said in your paper. It is a comment which focuses your overall reaction. finally, it can be a prediction of the effects of what you are reacting to. So take note that your conclusion should include no new information. So no new information. So meaning your conclusion still need to be based from the statement that you said from your topic sentence or your detailed example quotations. Okay? So it's not a new information. Otherwise, it will not be a conclusion. Now for the let's apply, we are going to read the short story, then we are going to answer questions. Okay? So you need to listen to our story. Or if you want, you can pause the video so that you can read it on your own. Anyway, we're going to read. And the title of the story is about why does the ocean have waves? So the ocean is never still. Whether observing from the beach or a boat, we expect to see waves on the horizon. Waves are created by energy through water, causing it to move a circular motion. However, water does not actually travel in waves. Waves transmit energy, not water, across the ocean, and if not obstructed by anything, they have the potential to travel across an entire ocean basin. Waves are most commonly caused by wind. Wind-driven waves or surface waves are created by the friction between wind and surface water. As wind blows across the surface of the ocean or a lake, the continual disturbance creates a wave crest. These types of waves are found globally across the open ocean and along the coast. More potentially hazardous waves can be caused by severe weather, like a hurricane. The strong winds and pressure from this type of severe storm causes a storm surge, a series of long waves that are created far from shore in deeper water and intensify as they move closer to land. Other hazardous waves can be caused by underwater disturbances that displace large amounts of water quickly, such as earthquakes, landslides, or volcanic eruptions. These very long waves are called tsunamis. Storm surge and tsunamis are not the types of waves you imagine crashing down on the shore. These waves roll upon the shore like a massive sea level rise and can reach for far distances inland. The gravitational pull of the sun and moon on the earth also causes waves. These waves are tides, or in other words, tidal waves. It is a common misconception that a tidal wave is also a tsunami. The cause of tsunamis is not related to tide information at all, but can occur in any tidal state. Anyway, this is from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. So that is for our story. Now let's proceed to answering the questions. Now for the questions, number 1, what creates waves? Now before we answer that, let's use this one as our guide in answering our response, okay? Or our reaction. So let's try to use these statements here. So we can choose from this one. Now, based from the story that we read earlier, let's try to answer the question number 1. So the answer is, of course, I use this one. My reaction to what I just read is that, so That is the first thing that I use in my sentence. So my reaction to what I just read is that waves are created by energy passing through water, causing it to move in a circular motion. And for our number 2 question, what could be an obstruction to waves? So to answer that question, it seems that wind could be an obstruction to waves. So it's from here, okay? And now let's proceed to the third question. For the third question, why do you think wind is the most common cause of wave creation? Because wind blows across the surface of the ocean or a lake, and the continual disturbance creates a wave crest. So I use these. For the fourth question, what are some causes of hazardous waves? So in my opinion, this one, more potentially hazardous waves can be caused by severe weather like a hurricane. And for the fifth question, what is another name for a certain type of wave? However, so I use the word however. However, another name for a certain type of waves are tides, or in other words, tidal waves. So that is how I use these, okay, for starting my reaction responses, okay? Now, let's proceed to let's try. So for the let's try, you are going to answer these on your own. And of course, this is to try your skills, whether you learned something from the topic that we discussed. So for number 1, by the way, for the direction, you are going to write true if the statement is correct and false if it is not. So for number 1, a reaction paper has only 2 parts, the introduction and the conclusion. So you choose your answer between true or false. And for number 2, a reaction paper is requested by teachers so that learners will not consider carefully what he or she thinks on a story. And for number 3, in organizing your reaction, you must check your essay and make sure the topic sentence of each paragraph supports it. Okay, supports it. And number 4, making sure that the last sentence of each paragraph leads into the next paragraph is one of the key steps in organizing a reaction paper. So, is it a true or a false? And for the last question, number 5, there is no need to consider your feeling on what you are reading when writing a reaction paper. Is it a true or false? So, let's go to Let's Create. For your Let's Create, this is 50% of your grade. So the goal is to create a reaction on a story that you read. So situation, here's the situation. During the pandemic, you were asked by your teacher to give your reaction on any story that you have read. So following the format below, write your reaction about the story that you have read. Okay? So here is the format. You are going to write the title of the storybook, the author, and your reaction. Okay? So you are going to do this on your activity sheet. And of course, you are going to pass this during the retrieval of answer sheet. So that's all for this week. I hope you learned something from our discussion. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching our video lesson this week. So please like if you like this video lesson and kindly hit the subscribe button. See you next time.